Video games, a form of entertainment that we all know and we all love. But can video games lead to real life tragedies? We shall see, my friends. Whenever I was looking through the news, this article crossed my eye. So we shall see what it is, react to it, and subscribe to the channel. I really hope they don't, because that means, well, if you play The Last of Us, then you may be in for a treat of sadness yourself. Who knows? Do video games lead to real life tragedies? Let's find out.
Hearing from you, addressing your questions, searching for solutions as we mourn Newtown as a nation. Across more than a few of our message boards, we've seen more than a few people raise concern over violent video games and the cultural effect of having so many young men living virtual lives as first-person shooters. So tonight, ABC's Neil Karlinsky takes a look.
Across the country this week, America's love affair with violence is under the microscope. Two of Hollywood's hottest new releases, both shoot 'em ups, Jack Reacher and Django Unchained,
Last chance, fancy pants. Very well.
canceled premieres out of respect. Then came a nighttime TV ad for the video game Hitman Absolution, which led former top Obama advisor David Axelrod to tweet, "Shouldn't we also quit marketing murder as a game?" But while the adults were asking questions, America's kids went on their daily shooting spree. It is virtual violence, in this case, playing one of the most popular, profitable, and most violent games, Call of Duty, a so-called first-person shooter, because the player takes on a killer's point of view. But is this just good fun, or is an entire generation being trained and desensitized to the act of shooting people?
So, guys, if I play a violent video game, that does not mean I'm just gonna go out and randomly shoot someone. Like, take this for an example. If I played Gears of War, which is a game about shooting aliens, well, if you really are like psychotic or something, then you might want to get that for your kid instead of like Call of Duty, because they actually shoot aliens instead of real people. But it's really gory. But I just wouldn't like shoot someone just for no reason. If I play Grand Theft Auto, I hit somebody with a bat. I wouldn't just shoot someone for no reason. Are you kidding me? It's like the stupidest thing. It's like if your mom told you to you jumped off a bridge in Watch Dogs 2, would you do it in real life? Like you literally jump off a bridge in that game, but would you do it in real life? No, I wouldn't do it in real life because that could cause harm to me or another person. So I wouldn't do it in real life. But like most of humans have feelings, and it's not like it's we have feelings, okay? I'm just gonna roll the news report again.
Dick and Stephen Lloyd are typical of many in their generation. Good jobs by day, obsessed with Call of Duty when they get home. Dr. Chris Ferguson has conducted a series of multi-year studies of 11 to 18-year-olds to find out what violent games do to them. His conclusion?
There's no evidence to suggest that exposure to violent video games is associated with violent criminal behavior.
He has a name for the outcry over violent games that sometimes follows a mass shooting.
Okay, so video games can't lead to mass shootings, and video games are completely harmless. But um, okay, so it's normal for like ads to come on in Hitman Absolution because I'm gonna show you something. So guys, I freaking own Hitman Absolution. You don't see me doing violent shootings or anything like that. So what does that prove? Tell me in the comments, okay?
Form of media comes out that particularly generations don't use and don't understand. It's very, very common for that new media to be blamed for a variety of social ills.
Some may not like it. That's a matter of personal taste.
In the 1950s, it was comic books and a full Senate hearing over the belief that they were making America's kids turn violent.
What are we afraid of? Are we afraid of our own children? Do we forget that they are citizens too and entitled to the essential freedom to read? Or do we think our children so evil, so vicious, so simple-minded that it takes but a comic magazine story of murder to set them to murder, of robbery to set them to robbery?
By the 1980s, it was Tipper Gore versus Twisted Sister's Dee Snider over the issue of suggestive rock lyrics.
Why do you think there is so much sadomasochism and bondage in some of these new songs?
Ms. Gore was looking for sadomasochism and bondage, and she found it.
But Dr. Victor Strasberger says today's video games are different, more real, more intense than anything that's come before. He supports this American Academy of Pediatrics finding. The evidence is now clear and convincing. Media violence is one of the causal factors of real-life violence and aggression.
Kids spend an incredible amount of time with the media, 7 to 11 hours a day. They see increasingly violent media. We all acknowledge that the media have an impact.
Okay, so he was playing GTA Vice City. Well, I don't remember a parent who lets their kids play GTA Vice City in my life, actually. And I don't know, GTA 5 is 10 times worse, so I don't think any parent would allow their kid to play Grand Theft Auto except those ones who actually allow their kids to. But, it seems weird.
You're on advertising. If we didn't think advertising affected people,
So who's research to believe? Who to judge? The U.S. Supreme Court already has. In striking down California's attempt at a violent video game law, the court had this to say about studies linking games to violent behavior. These studies have been rejected by every court to consider them, and with good reason. They do not prove that violent video games cause minors to act aggressively. Bonnie Ross, a mother of 2 young children with her own concerns, also happens to run one of the most successful first-person shooter games around, Halo 4. And while it's far more tame than the violent games many point fingers at, Ross's advice is the same.
What do you say to parents who worry it's too violent, not good for the kids?
What I recommend is your kids are going to play games, play it with them, so that you can really be there to answer questions and help them through that. And then you have to make a decision as a parent what's right for you.
Games, movies, music, comics, easy targets amidst a moral panic.
as a society, if we focus in on the wrong issue, if we focus in on something that is a red herring, that is not going to help anybody, that can really distract the national conversation from serious issues.
I'm Neil Karlinski for Nightline in Seattle.